Happy Friday. I have my assistant Chloe again, my daughter, and she is going to help make our favorite baked side carrot dish. So today we have carrots, 4 large carrots, and we're going to peel them. We have parsley, shallot, butter, salt, and pepper, and eventually we'll have a little bit of Parmesan as a touch in the end. And some tin foil is really helpful with this dish. All right, Chloe, what should we start with?
So first, for the butter, you're going to need to melt it. So you're going to need 3/4 a cup of butter. So if you have them in blocks like this, that's going to be 1 full block and then a half of a block. So
I'll get on that.
yeah,
I'll get on that.
I'll give that
Mom
to you.
job. Sure. Thank you.
And then I'm going to peel carrots. I've already peeled 3 of them, so I'm just going to show you how to peel this last carrot. You're going to always want to peel away from you so that you don't end up getting your fingers. And you're just going to slowly drag your peeler down the side of the carrot. Careful because that blade is oftentimes very sharp. And you can start in about the halfway point of the carrot because we'll turn the carrot over and peel the other side.
All right. I'm going to put this butter in, you said, for 1 minute and 30 seconds?
A minute and 30 seconds.
Okay, I'm going to go microwave this 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Now that we have our carrots peeled, I'm going to show you how we like to cut them for this dish. But you can cut them in a variety of ways. So I'm going to be using a very large knife to cut these carrots because they're kind of thick. But you guys use whatever knife your parents have said you can use, okay?
Mrs. N's just cleaning up as we go. I like to clean up as we go to make our cleanup easier. Should I go ahead and put the aluminum foil on here?
Yeah, so we use the aluminum foil in the baking dish to just kind of help make the cleaning up process a little easier. Some of the oil might still get through, but you're not going to get any little burned black bits on the bottom of your pan.
So just like that, easy peasy.
So for your carrots, move that bowl so you can see. I like to cut the carrot in half, and then in half once more. So you'll end up with 4 halves. And then you're going to cut that half in half. So what does that give you?
1/4.
Yes. And then you're going to take these thin slices and just put them into rows in your foil lined baking sheet. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a moment.
All right.
Sounds like the butter's ready.
Butter is melted. The parsley's already washed. We washed our carrots and we washed our hands before we started. Don't forget to do that.
So Mom, in preparation, you can start cutting up this parsley.
Yeah,
For the parsley, you can just use kitchen scissors.
Okay.
And you're gonna cut that right into the
Butter?
melted butter.
How about that?
Mhm.
All right. Can they be that big or smaller?
I'd say maybe a little bit smaller because you want it to be kind of like a garnish.
Okay, garnish it is.
Okay, so the goal is to get the carrots with a little bit of space in between them. Can you guys see what that looks like? Okay. But it doesn't have to be perfect because once we pour the butter and parsley and the shallot over it, we're gonna have to move the carrots around a little bit anyways so that they can all get touched by a little bit of that butter mixture.
How much of this parsley do you want?
I typically put in about 1/4 a cup of parsley.
All right.
So, because you're an expert, I think you can just eyeball it.
I'm gonna eyeball it.
So fresh parsley is obviously the best, in my opinion. But there's also dried parsley, and that works perfectly fine.
Chloe discovered this dish when she was starting to cook for her fiance because he is gluten-free. So we've learned.
Yeah, we had to adapt a couple of recipes.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for a side that's not like French fries, for example, this one's pretty good.
We love it. We absolutely love this baked carrot dish. I personally think you could make this for Thanksgiving. You could make it for Christmas, for any kind of special gathering with your family. So good.
I think we made it for Thanksgiving once.
I think we did. It was delicious.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think that's a fourth cup.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think
Okay. All right. So we are also gonna need. Oh,
So what are we gonna need, shallot?
don't use any food that falls on the floor. Yeah, I'll cut up that shallot.
Okay.
But if you want to add a little salt and pepper to that,
I'll do
we're
that.
also going to use a little bit of garlic.
Okay.
I think I remember.
I have garlic right here, fresh garlic. Okay, fresh garlic or garlic salt? What would you like? Garlic salt or fresh garlic?
Probably fresh garlic.
Fresh garlic it is. Okay.
Alright, so we'll do that in just a second. But I'm gonna cut up these shallots.
Okay.
So you can use shallots or you can use onions. I think that shallots are nice because you get a lot of punch for just a little bit of a vegetable. They're a little bit sweeter than a regular onion, and you need far less to get the same kind of potency.
And she's cutting it right now with the skin right on it. You can see that.
Yes, you are going to remove that though. So you
Okay.
make a little cut in the bottom where it's flat,
You just peel it.
and then you just it comes right off.
Oh, nice. So this is that thin, crunchy peel. You don't want to cook that, okay? And then you're going to see what looks like purple,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a thicker peel, but that's perfectly edible. And you're going to just cook with that. All right, so with the salt and pepper, do I just do a sprinkle?
Yeah, it's gonna be about a teaspoon of salt and pepper.
Okay, about a teaspoon. Here we go. About a teaspoon of salt. About a teaspoon of pepper too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And about a teaspoon of pepper.
Now, when you're cutting shallots, I have found that it is helpful to not cut one end all the way through.
Oh.
Just because they're so small, it makes it hard to hold on to it. They'll slip all over the place if you don't. And you're gonna wanna really get your shallot into the smallest pieces that you can. So this is called mincing.
Mincing.
And then the shallots are also gonna go right into that butter mixture.
Oh, nice. Just put it all in there. Chloe and I both like to use as little dishes as possible for cleanup. We're a large family, so we like to use as few dishes as possible. So if you can save yourself all these different dishes, why not? Less cleanup. We're all about that, and I like to clean as I go, so there's not as much cleanup also at the end. But those are just our little tricks of having a large family. Well, that looks really pretty, actually. You can see that.
I know, it's all those fresh ingredients.
So we've got the evening sun coming in, sunset. It's beautiful.
Mhm.
Look at that. The sunset really makes it look pretty.
It does, doesn't it? Okay.
Looks good.
Our countertops are clean, I promise.
We use our stovetop almost like a cutting board. We don't cut actually on it, but we lay our vegetables on it and we put our cutting board on it. Yep,
Okay,
that looks good.
so that is that.
Do you need garlic?
Yeah. Ooh, I don't know. I think that's
Kind of dry.
You know what? I think you have a thing of minced garlic.
All right, yeah, it's kind of dry. Happens. Time to throw it away. Bye-bye. Yep.
Yeah, so we actually happen to have some of this pureed garlic. So, you know, it's fun thing about cooking is it's all a little bit of science, right?
How much
You
are
can
you
just-
putting in?
I'm gonna put in probably 2 teaspoons.
All right, 2 teaspoons. So the garlic's a little bit of a funny story. Karsten, we had to clean out his dorm room, and you mixing it a little bit.
Just so that it's all even in the butter, because what we're gonna do next is just pour this over the carrots. All right, so what did you do with Karsten?
Oh, we had to move him out of the dorm because of what's going on with COVID. So we went to GCU, Grand Canyon University, and moved him out. Well, his student card has money on it, and we had to use the $300 or lose it. So at his student store, I found this garlic. Yes, we did. And we have been using it, and other things, of course, that we found. Let me just share, their student store wasn't anything like my college student store. Ooh, that looks really fabulous. I
Okay.
think I need to go take the camera. Oh, you can do that. Yeah,
So
really.
can you guys see that what that looks like?
Let's
You're
make
just
sure.
generally trying
Let's
to
see.
get the butter and the parsley and the shallots.
Looks good.
Just kind of make that even-esque in there. You want to make sure that all of the carrots have at least touched the butter, because that's how they're gonna get soft. The last step to this is, where did that
What do you
saran, or where did the wrap go?
Oh, it's over here.
You're gonna need one more piece of this tin foil. And this is gonna go right over the top, because carrots are really hard vegetables. They have a lot of starch, very fibrous. And so they need to steam to get soft. So these are gonna go into the oven at 425 for 20 to 25 minutes until you can put a fork in them and the fork just easily goes through the carrot, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go put this in our oven.
Yay! Thank you, Chloe. Oh, looks like something came out of the oven.
All right, guys, I think the carrots are done. You can tell because, well, it's hard to see, but they are steaming, which means that the water is releasing from the carrots, and that means that we had some good steam in there. So hopefully the carrot should be nice and soft.
Ooh, looks so
It
good.
does look good. All right, let's see. Can we test with a fork?
Yes. You know what? Why don't I take the camera so that we can see you doing that?
Or
Okay, so I'm gonna take the camera and look down. Okay, go ahead, Chloe.
here, I'll tilt it up a little bit too.
No, you can see really well, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is just find like your thickest carrot, because that's how you know if the thick one is done, then all the thin ones are done. And you just kind of want to push your fork in. Yeah. So that went in really easy and came out really easy. So you see the carrot didn't stick to my fork, which means that they're done. They're soft enough. Okay, so our last step is just to put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. Mom, you want to do the honors?
Sure. Here we go. All of it?
Yeah, you're just gonna sprinkle it across the top, make it nice and even.
Oh, it looks so good. We get to eat this tonight. Here, I've got a little more in here. I'm gonna get all of it, even the little bits of it.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, because it's so hot, that cheese is gonna melt as soon as you put it on there. Okay, guys, well here, I'll tilt it up so that you can see the finished product here. It looks so good with our
So
parsley and the
good.
Parmesan.
Looks amazing.
So that's it. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. See you next time.